We use glass every single day. Windows, phone screens, bottles, mirrors, light bulbs, it's everywhere. And yet most people think glass is just melted sand that cooled down. That's technically true, but it's also one of the biggest simplifications in everyday science. The real story is much more interesting and a bit weird. Glass is not a solid in the usual sense. It's also not a liquid. It's an amorphous solid, a material that has no long-range crystalline order. When most materials cool from liquid to solid, their atoms arrange into neat repeating patterns, crystals. In glass, the atoms get frozen in a random, disordered state before they can organize. It's like a liquid that got stuck halfway to becoming solid. That's why glass is transparent. Light passes through without scattering off crystal boundaries. And that's also why it's brittle. There are no grain boundaries to stop cracks from spreading. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Ordinary soda-lime glass, the kind in your windows, is about 70 to 75% silica, sand, plus soda ash, sodium carbonate, and lime, calcium oxide. The soda lowers the melting point from approximately 1,700 degrees Celsius to approximately 1,500 degrees Celsius, making it practical to produce. The lime makes it more durable and water-resistant. Without those additives, pure silica glass, fused quartz, would be too expensive and hard to work with for everyday use. But it's used in high-end applications, telescope mirrors, UV lamps, semiconductor manufacturing, because it has almost zero thermal expansion. Now let's talk about strength. Glass is actually incredibly strong in compression. A column of glass can support enormous weight, but it's terribly weak in tension. Even a tiny scratch or nick on the surface creates a stress concentrator, and cracks propagate almost instantly. That's why a wine glass shatters when you tap it the wrong way. But engineers found ways to make glass much stronger. Tempered glass, used in car side windows and shower doors, is heated to approximately 620 degrees Celsius and then rapidly cooled on the surfaces. This creates compressive stress on the outside and tensile stress inside. If a crack starts on the surface, it has to fight against that compression, so the glass is 4 to 5 times stronger than regular annealed glass. When tempered glass does break, it shatters into thousands of small, blunt pieces instead of sharp shards, much safer. Then there's laminated glass, 2 or more layers bonded with a plastic interlayer, PVB. If it breaks, the pieces stick to the plastic instead of flying everywhere. That's why windshields don't collapse when hit by a rock. But the most mind-blowing example is the Prince Rupert's drop. In the 17th century, glassmakers would drop molten glass into cold water, creating a tadpole-shaped drop with a long, thin tail. The outside cools and solidifies first, compressing the inside. The result? The bulbous head can withstand hammer blows without breaking. But if you nick the tail, even slightly, the entire drop explodes into powder almost instantly. It's a perfect demonstration of extreme internal stresses. The head is under massive compression, stronger than some steels, while the tail is under extreme tension. One tiny trigger releases all that stored energy. Modern versions of this principle are used in Gorilla Glass and other chemically strengthened glasses for phones. Potassium ions are exchanged for sodium ions on the surface, creating compressive stress up to 10 times deeper than thermal tempering. So glass isn't just sand. It's a carefully engineered material where chemistry, cooling rates, and surface treatments decide whether it's fragile or incredibly tough. Ancient Roman glass vessels still survive in museums because they used natural soda from lake deposits and slow cooling, no internal stresses to cause spontaneous cracking centuries later. Modern cheap glass sometimes fails faster because of rushed production or poor quality control. The next time you look through a window or tap your phone screen, remember, you're looking at one of humanity's oldest and most sophisticated materials, a disordered solid that can be made stronger than steel with the right tricks. What do you think? Did you know glass was this weird and this engineered? Or did you always think it was just frozen liquid? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. In the next video, we'll explore something completely different. Why old machines and tools often outperform modern smart versions, and what that tells us about real engineering.